Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. As human beings, we have this really odd, excessive compulsion to categorize and judge everything. And in the last decade, it's more true for Muslims than anyone else. An Islamist is one whose chosen way of life is Islam, and they support the Islamic system of law known as Sharia. And one who accepts Islam as their chosen way of life is called a Muslim. An Islamic fundamentalist is one who believes in and adheres to the fundamental teachings of Islam. And a person who chooses to adhere to the fundamental teachings of Islam is called a Muslim. A jihadist is one who is involved in jihad, or a struggle for the sake of Allah. And this can include fighting. And a person who struggles for the sake of Allah, personally, verbally, and physically, they're called a Muslim. Islamic. Now this is easy. Someone who is Islamic is one who chooses Islam as their way of life. And one who accepts Islam for their chosen way of life is called a Takbir. Muslimic. Well, this one has recently become famous and is kind of a drunken concoction of two words. One is Muslim and the other is Islamic. And we just said someone who is Islamic is a Takbir. Now to say that someone is Islamic is kind of like saying that they're a submitting submitter. And someone who submits, we know, is a Takbir. Now Islamism, this one's a little bit interesting because it is the belief that Islam is a complete way of life. It encompasses spiritual and political views, all in one package. And one who believes in a complete system known as Islam is called a Takbir. Muslimic ray gun. Sorry, Muslim rape gang. Come on, you know I had to do it. It's just so ridiculous. So when someone is raping another, they are not submitting to Allah. Therefore, at that moment when they are committing that sin, they are not a Muslim. And there's a hadith for this in which it says that a believer in the act of sinning is not a believer. And you can get more information on that. Takbir! Shariist. Okay. I mean, everyone else is making up words. I mean, why can't I? So now that we know what all these terms mean, let's put them together in a sentence. So what do you call someone who is an Islamist fundamentalist jihadist, who is also an Islamic Muslimic Islamist, who practices fundamentalistic Islamism while simultaneously being an Islamic jihadist Shariist, and who also likes to spend their time online looking for Muslimic ray guns, but has absolutely no interest whatsoever in Muslim rape gangs? And the answer is Muslim.